Hi students, this is Miss Johnson with 7-7 Multiplying Polynomials. Today our sabbat is we are going to distribute and FOIL polynomials. Alright, example number 1 is we are going to find the product of 2x plus 3 times x plus 5. And we are going to think of this like double distributing, is we're going to distribute everything from the left side to each thing in the right set of parentheses. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 2x times x, then we're going to take 2x times 5. Then we're going to go to the other term in the first set of the parentheses, this 3. And we're going to do 3 times x, and then we're going to do 3 times 5. Like double distributing, we're distributing twice. So when we do that, as I write it out, 2x times x is right here. 2x times 5 is right here. Then 3 times x, and 3 times 5. So now when we do the math, 2x times x is going to give us 2x squared. 2x times 5 is 10x. 3 times x is obviously 3x. And 3 times 5 is obviously 15. And we are almost done. The last thing we need to do is, as usual, we need to simplify if possible, which as we take a look, we have a couple like terms in here. So 10x plus 3x, we're going to go ahead and add those together, and we're going to get 13x. So the product of 2x plus 3 times x plus 5 is 2x squared plus 13x plus 15. Another way you can think about how to remember which ones to multiply in one is to use this acronym FOIL. And FOIL stands for first, outer, inner, last. And it's pretty cool, because what you're going to do is you're going to multiply the first term in each set of parentheses. We did the 2x times the x. Then you're going to multiply the outer, the outside terms. So the outside one is 2x, and the outside one over here is 5. So we did our 2x times 5. Then the inners, we're going to multiply the inside ones. Well, that's 3 and x, those are the inside ones. And then last is we're going to multiply the last term in each set of parentheses. So that's our 3 and our 5. So you can think about it as FOIL, as a way to remember which ones to multiply, or you can think about it as double distributing each thing to everything in the parentheses. Pretty cool. Alright, let's try example number 2. Again, we're going to be finding the product, and as we find the product, this one is almost the same, except we've got this negative right here. So 2y minus 7 times 3y plus 5. So we got to watch out for this negative here. So again, we're going to multiply 2y times 3y, and then 2y times 5. And as we keep going, we're then going to multiply not just 7, but negative 7 times 3y, and then negative 7 times 5. So our 2y times 3y is going to give us 6y squared. Our 2y times 5 is going to give us 10y. Then we move into the inside. We did negative 7 times 3y, and that's going to give us negative 21y. And negative 7 times 5 is going to give us negative 35. And again, our last step is always to simplify. So just like the last problem, we've got some like terms here right in the middle, and that is usually where they're going to be. So positive 10y plus a negative 21y was really like 10 minus 21. They're different signs, so 21 minus 10 is 11. The bigger number is negative, so it's going to be negative 11y. So our product and our final answer is going to be 6y squared minus 11y minus 35. And I simplified this. Instead of adding a negative 35, we can just put minus 35. Alright, we're going to do one more example. Example number 3. And this one looks a little bit bigger, a little bit crazier, but you can handle it. We have 6x plus 5 times 2x squared minus 3x minus 5. And this one, you can't quite think about it like FOIL. This one is more like the double distributing. We're going to take the 6x, the first term in the left parentheses, and we're going to multiply it and distribute it by everything in the second set of parentheses. Once we've done that, we're going to come back to the second term, this plus 5, and distribute and multiply by everything in the second set of parentheses. So let me show you what I mean as I walk through it. So 6x times 2x squared, right here. Then we're going to do 6x times not just 3x, but negative 3x. Remember, you got to keep that sign that's in front. So that's why I have the 6x times negative 3x. Then we're going to have 6x times negative 5, right here. Then we're going to move on to the 5 and multiply that times everything in the second set of parentheses. So 5 times 2x squared, 5 times negative 3x, and 5 times negative 5. Let's go ahead and do the math and simplify these. Let's see, 6x squared times 2x squared, that gives us 12x to the third power. 6x times negative 3x is going to give us negative 18x squared. 6x times negative 5 is negative 30x. 5 times 2x squared is 10x squared. 5 times negative 3x is negative 15x. And then 5 times negative 5 is negative 25. All right, then let's go ahead and look at our like terms. Let's see, the third doesn't have anything, just exponent of 3. We do have a couple of them here, though. We've got our negative 18x squared and our positive 10x squared. And we also have negative 30x and negative 15x. So keep our 12x cubed. And our negative 18x squared plus 10x squared is going to give us negative 8x squared. And our other like terms we said were negative 30x and negative 15x. They are the same sign, so we really add them to get 45. And they're negative, so we get negative 45x. And then let's bring along our negative 25. And there we go. We have found the product of this crazy long-looking one. But you did it, step by step. Thanks for tuning in. This is Miss Johnson with 7-7, Distributing and Multiplying Polynomials. Please go ahead and do your summary on the bottom of your summary sheet or on the bottom of your notes. Thanks. Adios.